Hello, welcome to the Outlook. Going to be discussing the instruments that I talked about yesterday in regards to what I will be trading, etc. And yeah, if you're new, I basically just go over instruments I'm looking to trade ideas, etc. for free on this YouTube channel. So if you want to subscribe, and then I'll be asking a few questions in the comment section, just trying to get a little bit more engagement on it and just make it worthwhile. So if you subscribe, that would help. Going to be looking at dollar CAD first. So dollar CAD and Aussie dollar were the main plays. I'm going to start every video just on the higher time frames, just to give you a bit of an idea behind how I come to terms with why I want to be trading in this direction, and why my eye is more geared towards looking for reversals. So if we take the monthly, for example, my eye's drawn to this huge level. It can come down to this level as well, but on the higher time frames, anything touching this level could be a tradable bounce. So monthly we have resistance, support. We'll go down to the weekly, try and home it in a little bit. We have, I don't trade trend lines, but I use them for just directional buy. So clearly you can see the trend, higher highs, higher lows. We've had one break here in market structure and failed to make a higher high. So we have a high here, failed to make a higher high. We've had a bounce from here before, and we've had a bounce from here before. So if I was looking for selling opportunities, I would need a break of this low. But for now, for just sort of day trading, week-long trades, I'm looking for a bounce, because everything is intact so far, and price is just coiling up and getting smaller and smaller inside a range. So what I look for is Monday's range. I look for Monday's ranges because I found that they act as a nice area of support and resistance if played right. Obviously I do not trade every support Monday's range, but if we take this low, for example, Monday's low, if you were bearish, you wait for a close below, which we get here, retest, sells off. Where could you keep your stop? Look for swing highs, look for previous Monday's highs as well. You get a nice tradable setup. If we take Monday's low here, you do incur a little bit of heat on this one. What I like to do is mark out the midpoint as well of Monday's range, as it acts as a nice area of support and resistance as well. So I'll take that off. Get a break below, we get a retest of the midpoint, sells off. Could you've sold here with stop above here? Yes. It all depends on how you see things. Two tradable opportunities using Monday's range. So going forward, I'm looking for a turning point. I'm using Monday's high. I'm looking to get long. So what I do is look for the higher time frame levels, which we have here depicted by this line, and now I'm waiting for simply a H1 break above, potential retest, to get long. Now I leave trades to Friday close, in and around Friday close, just to try and maximize profit potential. Don't really like you know, sort of capping how much you can make. Most people, once they see price going in their favor, they start taking the profit and missing out on a lot more. So if you can even look at these just these last two examples, you can see we closed out pretty near the low for a nice around 90 pip move, and then on Friday we closed again. Yes, it comes back on you sometimes, but you really need to be making the most out of these moves into Friday close when they happen. So just to recap, probably waffling on a little bit more, dollar CAD, break above here, looking for longs basically. We've just been going sideways, so sit in your hands until we get a clear break. If it breaks down below, trades negate it, we haven't lost any money, and we move on to the next idea. Aussie dollar now. So on the lower time frames, looking for a break of Monday's range. We've got that, and now I'm looking for this to hold. I will allow it to come up to the midpoint, which is around here. I'm going to try and see if we can get anything out of Aussie. The reason behind it, we've come up into this swing point. It's also support and resistance on the weekly. So if I can just mark that out. So this area, you see, I'll zoom in on the weekly. Support turned to resistance. We're still below that, we're still tagging that, so price coming up, I'm looking for the reversal up here to play to the downside. Now if it breaks above here and starts trading up, then trade ID is off. We also have support here and support here for should turn to resistance. So basically simple again, break below Monday's range and looking to sell that. That was the two main plays. I had someone in the comments talking about Aussie yen, and I did quite fancy the look of that when I did look at it. So I'm going to have a look at it now. So sort of similar to Aussie dollar in the way that it's set up. If you zoom out, you can see a lot of support should turn to resistance. We've also come up and took out a swing high. So it was actually Christian, thanks for the comment to look at this. So I'm going to a little bit more detail. We have support turn to resistance. We've took out a swing high, so I'm looking to sell that. We have actually broke below Monday's range. Let me just put that in for you. If you want to learn about the Monday's range, I do have a few tutorials on the site on how I trade it. Obviously I don't pick every Monday's range, there's a few key elements to picking the right ones. So a break below, and we've you can see how it's acting as resistance already, so looking for some follow through here. If we do come up, test here, break back below, then I could add a position there. So basically just all about waiting now. I leave trades, once I'm in trades I just leave them to Friday close, and either I've made money or I haven't made money. Simple as that. We'll go over a few others, a few yen pairs. Euro yen has broke down below that strong support turned to resistance, and looking for some follow through. This is a higher time frame level. This is Monday's range. We got a clean break below, retest, sells off. I was talking about that in yesterday's video. We'll see if we can get any follow through for that. We have news out tonight, so I'm guessing that price is just going to sort of chop sideways and wait for the ECB tonight. Kiwi yen, sort of similar, but hasn't broke down below this level. It's just sort of wicked Monday's low and then bounced again. So a clean break below that is when I would get interested in that. The last few pairs were pound pairs. Pound Aussie has done nothing, it's just gone sideways. It's broke below Monday, it's come up, hit the midpoint, and sort of need a little bit of movement here to get going. On the other hand, pound CAD has moved a little bit further. We had break below, we had a retest of the midpoint of Monday, and we fell. So that wasn't too bad. Pound New Zealand, same as Pound Aussie, we've just been sort of grinding lower and lower and lower. So we'll see how they play out. The higher time frame levels, you can see in yesterday's video, quickly go over them. Pound Aussie, swing point, look for reversals at swing points, i.e. swing point here, reversal, swing point here, reversal. So we're looking for the same. Pound New Zealand, exactly the same. Swing point, look for the reversals. You can see the reaction already at these levels, the swing points. You see obvious swing point, you have this reversal after sort of false break, sort of leads people into false insecurity, and then the bigger move is actually to the opposite side. So that's really it. If you have any pairs you want me to go over, leave it in the comments below, and I can go over them in tomorrow's video. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm always about replying. So for now, it's just about sitting on my hands and seeing if we can get any follow through on the instruments that we're already in. And yeah, wish you all the best.